Good afternoon, YouTube. Morty here. We had to take Daddy back to work, and it takes about 2 hours to take him back. It's a 40-minute drive there and a 40-minute drive back. So you'll have to excuse any noise and or the mess on the table because we're trying to get everybody fed lunch and our world back together. But thought I would share with you. We stopped off to pick up a few things at our local Dollar General store, and they had 90% off of their summer swimwear, toys, and their garden stuff. So we thought we'd go through. Ended up getting some beautiful citronella candles, quite large, even though there's a chunk down in there. Very nice citronella candles. 50 cents for that candle. And I got several of them. Also got citronella candles. Little hanging. Oh, I guess it'd be nice if I could put it over here where you could see it. Little bales on them to hang them from places. Normally they're $3.50. 35 cents for these. And I got the ones that they had left, because those will be good. And even after the citronella candles are done, they'll be really nice to hang little votives in or anything else for hanging lights. Okay, another little citronella candle. Okay, get this one. She had a little lid on it. Oops, crushing my mouse. See? There we go. Got that one for 20 cents. Can't beat that. Whoa, those stink. Okay. An extra set of tongs for cooking outside in case we end up having to do more outside cooking. Okay, got those. Also, got those on the discount rack, 25 cents. Now, it also ended up getting a few things like, some hummingbird nectar, because I love seeing my hummingbirds. Well, also had an opportunity to pick up children's face masks for swimming. Paid 30 cents for these, and then we also got the swim caps. Paid 40 cents for these. They're just a little plastic swim cap. And just hand me that little, there you go. See, they're just little plastic swim caps that go over a little kid's head. Now, we're not real big swimmers here in our house, but we have found that these are ideal for other things. I have a grandson who ends up with a lot of ear infections and has had tubes in his ears, and the little plugs they use just do not work, do not stay in to protect his ears. So we have found that if you buy the swim caps, he'll wear a swim cap and it keeps his ears protected. The daughter-in-law and I discussed the fact that if for some reason you had to be doing a treatment on a child's head, a child had an injury to his head and needed to keep it covered, so they weren't messing with the band-aids or, whatever you needed to do, that these swim caps would be great to just slide over the child's head and keep them from fussing with the bandages on there, as well as protecting little ears from water for those of us whose children end up with ear infections. So we got a handful of those. And then, as for these children's face masks, out here, we're starting to have a lot of dust storms because of the drought. A lot of blowing debris, a lot of blowing dust. Yeah, do we have the standard coverings? Gas masks? Sorry, thank you, sis. Yes, we do. But for a simple dust storm, not a heavy duty one, but just the stuff blowing around, we don't want to be using those. So we have the children's face masks, and we thought that would be an exceptional thing with the bandana around the mouth and then the face mask over the eyes so children could still see. That and the fact that we are broke preppers. We have to learn how to make do with what we've got, and this is how we're doing it. Trying to find alternate uses for things that we can pick up on the cheap, and this is one. These will be excellent for the dust storms, or hey, you never know, we may go swimming and they may need them. Not a whole lot of water out here anymore. But they were just a real good eye protection for for the small fry. No, they're not, they can't use them out shooting or anything like that, but they're just real good basic eye protection. And then our comfort prep that I have found that we're going to start keeping is mallow bits. $1.25, great big bunch of the little marshmallows like they put in hot chocolate, because every little kid loves little bitty marshmallows in their hot chocolate. And in a time when they're stressed, hot cocoa, when children are stressed and they're needing that little bit of special and that little bit of comfort, this $1.25 is going to go a long, long way for that. Okay, something else we found that was very interesting. Got these little birds for 15 cents. They're self-waterers. We're thinking about, and they're calling possibly for another drought, or for this drought to continue into next summer. And I thought these would be an exceptional way to water, maybe in between plants. Set between two plants, and then just keep filling it up so that it doesn't evaporate. To provide maybe in our 5-gallon buckets or our tub gardening that we do, in order to keep the water there and not waste any. We have a handful of those. Let me switch hands here. Got several of those. I bought all of them I could. And then they had their standard little cocoa baskets. We all know what these are, folks. Anyway, they had these as well, and I picked these up for 75 cents. Got a handful of those, and I thought those would be very good for growing things in the house if we had to. Just more hanging baskets, or using them for sorting things, to have to hang things to get them up out of the way. One never knows what we're going to find to use those for. Because the way we go at prepping is finding inexpensive items that have dual purpose. Finding ways to make do with what we've got on the money we have, because we just don't have it. And it's getting worse and worse and worse for us financially. So we have found other ways to prep, and I encourage others to do the same. Don't look at things as the item that they are. I know I saw on here, I have to look yet, about Cat's Cradle, and then there was another one, oh, heaven forbid, I've forgotten the name, that was showing how they use mason jars as lamps. And we have to learn as a society to not just say, oh, well, as a Unitarian thing, oh, this has one use and this is what it is. No. Everything in our lives needs to have more than one purpose. It needs to be able to be reused into something else. When its purpose is done, maybe use it as something else, or finding a different purpose for something that you may have gotten brand new. That's about all for this afternoon. I'm going to get kids busy on the world. Morty out.